All right, everyone. I am back. I know it will take you guys a while to come back. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Julie. Yay. Oh, okay. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to find me. I'm sorry. I had to shut the computer down. Everything was locked up so much. I tried everything I could. Hi, Violet. Oh, that was exasperating. Thank you, Holly. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, Nasha. Janet. Hi, dear. Okay, thank you, Janet, dear. I appreciate it. Hi again, guys. I'm so glad y'all are coming back. I had to shut the computer completely off. Yeah, it wasn't there, Barbara. It wasn't there. Um, Thanks, guys. Thanks for following me over here. It was just okay. This guy's ears are going to be on the inside of his, on that side, and then we're going to put this one over here. That was exasperating, actually. And he's going to have some hair, too. But I think his ear needs to be some bright color. Didn't I have an orange marker out? I know I did. It just disappeared. Lime green, there's the orange one. Over on the other live. Oh, great, Janet. Thank you so much. Yep, we're back. Yay! Hi, guys. Oh, yeah, a new thumbs up would be really nice. I'd appreciate it. Oof. I have no idea. And I tend to not watch the picture. I tend to just watch the chat. And I don't know how long you guys have been looking at the same thing. I apologize. I thought at first it was maybe my camera or something. I thought, okay, unplug, plug it back in. Nothing was working. So, anyways, I don't know how much you missed. I have a funky lady that does not look very Picasso-y, but that's okay. I don't care. And then I have, I'm not sure what he is, but, you know, he kind of looks like, maybe if I'd have done one eye. But now I have this last one, so I'm going to do something with it. I could have all your thumbs? Okay. The problem is, Andrea, I probably have enough of my own. I managed to get them in the way enough. Okay, so this is going to be one of the eyes with an actual eyebrow out here. And I think, wow, that airplane is really low. Kind of odd. And then we'll put another eye right there with another eyebrow off. Kind of weird, I know. Oh, goody, Mina. I'm glad it let you back in. I had to go out, shut down. I had to shut the computer completely off. Nothing I did in between was working. Surrender, Dorothy, or die. Ooh. Originally supposed to have said that. I don't. That's just, yeah. That's kind of, yeah. Yeah, they're funky. These are definitely funky faces. And I think his mouth will go like this, but we'll have lips on top. And a little straight nose piece. Maybe an ear over here. Okay, how come my marker's starting to spit? There we go. We need a little orange for his ear. There. Ta-da! Now, let's put some quotes in. I have not decided what I want to do about the back page. Whether I want to put another face on the back page or just what. But I have quotes. Awesome, Julie. They're kind of Picasso-like, Nasha. That's what I was hoping for anyways. And I have several quotes. I love this one that says, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up. Inspiration does exist. It must find you working. It takes a long time to become young. So, let's see. And I think I want to put a quote as well as the title on my front page. So now remember that this is the front page. So if I have quotes by Pablo Picasso, and a little quote that says, it takes a long time to become young. Shade the quote. I intend to, who said that? Mina, yes. I'm going to go around it actually with pencil, I think. Oh, maybe I'll put it this way. Nope, I like it down here. Nope, I don't like that. I like that. And I think I like this. So I am not going to try to uh, ink the edges because I thought it would be easier. I'm lazy. I'm going to use my pencil and go around it with the pencil. Like this. Kind of messy. Just because I'm liking the messy today. How's that look, Mina? Like so? Okay, so now we got to pick, I'm going to pick a quote for each page. Because you know, when you turn the page in a magazine, there's usually words on each page. Now, sometimes there isn't. Somebody asked me, might have been last week, about how I judged the size of my type. And I don't know that I answered real well because, frankly, I usually have to shrink the type. I usually, it's one of those things where I kind of look at how big it is on my piece of paper and judge whether or not it's going to fit on my page based on how it looks on the screen. And so it's usually 9, 10 point something, and I try to use something that's really easy to read. I hate type that's so fancy you can't read it. So I usually use something like New Times Roman or one of those that's real easy to read. This one says, inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. And I have had spells where inspiration didn't seem to be there, and you just keep plowing along, doing stuff that maybe doesn't excite you, but if you do it, you just keep doing it, it seems to go on through. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. I like that one. And everything you can imagine is real. Art dusts off. Yes, I like that. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Oops. Do you guys ever, when you have a sinus headache, does it affect your eyes? Because my eyes have been funky all morning. I have a headache in my face, and I'm having trouble seeing, which is kind of, weird. Like I cannot see anything today. Very badly for you, Janet. Yeah, see, sinus pressure. Yes, and we've had this really weird weather, um, so that it just seems like everything is just in my face. Okay, I have 5 more. Which ones am I liking best? Oh, let's see. I like this one. Others have seen what it is and asked why. I have seen what could be and asked why not. Ooh, that one's long. I may have to... I will have to put that one in there. So, I like this one too. Good artists copy. Great artists steal. I kind of like that. Yep. Thank you, Holly. Thanks, Lisa. Yes, my eyeballs ache. My cheeks are sore. Now, remember, this is a 2-page spread, so even though that folds, it's in the fold, but it will show, so it won't be a problem. I don't want to get it too close to the edge because remember my printer cuts off that edge over there. So all right. I like my giant, I swear it's like a kid's pencil, but I do like it. Okay, now we have the very back page. And I'm trying to decide if I should put a face on the very back. This is my back page. Should I put a face and a quote? Should I just put my last 3 quotes? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I have an idea. Can you tell my printer to print borderless? Barbara, I haven't figured it out. It's got to be able, I've got to be able to, but I cannot seem to figure it out. Yes, Joyce, I like that song too. It's been a long time since I've heard it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 sets of eyes just on color, and then I'm going to use my last 3 quotes back here. So I'm going to make 3 funky sets of eyes. Yeah, that's going to work. Now I need one more little piece of something. Oh, there's another really perfect piece just right there. Barbara, from, at least not from the printer. I might be able to from the computer. But like I said, I just haven't figured it. I have not figured it out yet. I can't imagine. This printer is pretty fancy. I can't imagine I couldn't. Oh, that's a little long. Okay, so now I'm going to make 3 sets of eyes. If I can find my marker. Yeah. Can you see my cut line? Okay, Janet asked me a question and I missed it. So let me scroll back up here. My cut line. I'm not sure where you're talking about, Janet. So, oh, these, yes, the cut line, I've got it. Everything is within the fold line. Yes. You're scanning and sending it from the printer. And yeah, I might be able to do it if I did it that way. But yes, Janet, this one right here is the only one that's actually really close to the cut line, and it's just on the inside of it. So it should work unless I move it accidentally in the scanner. That might cause an issue. So, okay, so we're going to make some eyeballs in here. So we're going to just, this set of eyes, we will just make kind of normal. I know you guys can't see that very well because my fingers are in the way. But then I think we need some eyebrows. Okay, so we got one set of eyes. These, I want to use the white marks as the eyebrows. Okay, but we're going to have lashes on this one. As you know, we need some lashes. Mary hasn't come in, has she? I haven't seen her. Okay. should have drawn my eyeballs before I cut the little pieces of paper out, because it's a little hard to draw them on such a tiny piece of paper. Uh-oh, dishes, yuck. Not yet. Okay, I didn't think so. She usually, even if she's working behind the scenes, pops in and says hello, so. Okay, let's see. What do we want for the next set of eyes? We're going to do some funky eyes. Very funky. And very cross-eyed. Okay. Now I need my quotes, which I've lost. There we go. I made a mess. I don't know how I managed to make such a mess. Janet is putting in the reminder dates for our upcoming craft togethers. Lisa and I are going to be finishing up things and doing a new book, so you'll want to make sure to pop in on those days. Basically, we will be together on one channel or another every Tuesday at noon from now until the 3rd of March. And Janet's posting all those dates and what we'll be doing. With Lisa out of commission last month, we kind of didn't get some things finished that we should have gotten finished, and we want to finish things up. So that's the plan. And of course, we have to do a February book. In just a minute, I'll show you the February book. Oh, did Dawn find her way back in here? Heck, I hope so. Dawn, I'm sorry if I've lost you. She's new to the whole live stream kind of thing, guys. So that's why I was wondering if she'd made it back. Hi, Maria. See, that's the other thing, Barbara. I'm just putting it in the scanner and not taking it to the computer. I just have been sticking them in the scanner so that I have them right away, because I can't take them to the computer until I am done live streaming and take my computer back over to the other section of the room. So this one says, art is a lie that makes us realize the truth. And this one says, every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. I don't know exactly why that is the case, but I guess because we have to take down the things that we if we're going to create something new, we have to take down the things that we think are in our way. And this one says, action is the foundational key to all success. Is that going to fit? Woo, just barely. Just barely. We have to suspend our expectations. Yes, I have destructed this whole desk already today. Oh, yes, Ollie. Okay, I'm going to sign this because remember, I keep forgetting to sign and date them. And what's the date today? It is 2/9/2020. 2/9/2020. Okay, where's my pencil? Because I want to go around these two. I am liking the messy. I like the messy. I'm going to have to be careful that that A is on there. Good enough. Okay. What's Julie 10th for something? 10th here. Oh, it's already because she's already on tomorrow. Where Julie is in Australia, right? Yeah, Australia, not New Zealand. Maggie's in New Zealand. Okay, guys. Give me a minute. Let me find you something fun to look at. Okay, I'll put this back while I'm gone. I have to go make some copies. I am loving this. I think this is really cool. I really like how it came out. Oh. Okay, where is mine? Okay, guys. I'm back. Okay. Now, Andrea, that must be what happened to my family because I cannot sing. Oh, I can sing, but you know, no one wants to hear it. Okay, you guys. Most of you know that I do not cut this up. I don't cut this as my master so that I can so that what do I want to say? I don't cut it. I don't send it. I always send the copies. So we're now going to take a copy and turn it actually into a zine. Susan's here. Hi, Susan, dear. Okay, and where's my bone folder? Oh, good. It has apparently run off to Never Neverland. Really? Huh. Well, we'll use this today. My bone folder has gone off and it's probably buried over here in this pile somewhere. I usually put that away so that I don't have that problem. One of the things I kept doing the first couple weeks, and I'm still able to do it, is try to fold it with the print on the inside. And that doesn't work. You have to fold it with the print on the outside until you get to these two folds. Oh, Susan. Oh, dear. Okay, and then we cut right on the fold line. And we open it. We fold, fold, and fold. Okay. Now I'm going to cut all three of them, and then I'm going to what am I saying? I'm going to cut and fold all three of them, and then I'm going to glue them just a little bit. Always glue them just a little bit. There's my bone folder, see? I knew it was out here somewhere. I know why, because I folded up my piece of paper earlier. The more accurate you are with your folds, the more... I can't stress that enough. Ooh. Sorry, apparently I can't fold and talk at the same time. I am loving the pencil marks around the words. Thank you, Mina. I knew I was going to do something. I just hadn't decided yet what I was going to do. I had thought about inking them, and I thought, I don't want to try to ink those little tiny pieces of paper. So I had just, when you said that, decided I would try my pencil. Come on, fold back. But not only that, kimchi's usually hot too, Susan. Um, we went to Arkansas one year for Jeff to go to a carving school. There's a carving school in War Eagle, Arkansas, very well known. And he wanted to go, and he actually knew one of the teachers that was going to teach. So we camped there. Back Brandon was little. He was probably 8 or 9. And the thing is that we had this potluck one night, and one of the guys brought kimchi in, and it was hot. I mean, it was really, really spicy hot. And my son likes spicy hot, always has. And so Brandon had gotten some, and Brandon was always good about, when he went to a potluck, taking just a little bit of something until he had tried it. And Brandon had gotten some, and he said, "Mom, can I go back for seconds?" I said, "Yes, you can go back for seconds." And so he had gone back for seconds of this kimchi. And when he did, the man that had made it saw he went back, and he came over to the table, and he said, "Son, do you like that?" And Brandon said, "Yes, he really liked it." And the man was looking at me like, I said, "He cut his teeth on green salsa in Texas." I said, "Don't anything spicy." And he's still that way. And so the man, before we left, the man gave him the leftovers in the jar, because Brandon was one of the few people that even tried it, let alone ate it. So yeah, it's blazing hot. Sort of pickled veg. Oh, and Joyce, my son in Omaha, there is a Korean restaurant. It's that serves. She makes their side dishes, their pickled side dishes herself. The woman that runs the restaurant. It's a small family-run thing, and they're always different because it's whatever vegetables she can get at the time. And dang, she makes some delicious, delicious side dish vegetables. Yes, Andrew, sometimes you have to turn the hot way down for people. Yep, 2 years and so, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, that's, oh, I'm just in love with this one, guys. I wasn't so sure when I started whether or not I was really going to like it, but I really like this one. Okay. So now I will read it to you so that you can see it, and I'll hold it up. Okay. Yeah, right, Sue. It says, "It takes a long time to become young." Quotes by Pablo Picasso. And the next one says, "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up." Inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. Art washes away the soul from the soul, the dust of everyday life. Everything you can imagine is real. Good artists copy, great artists steal. Others have seen what is and asked why. I have seen what could be and asked why not. And then on the back, we have these fun little eyes, and they say, "Art is a lie that makes us realize truth. Every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. And action is the foundation key to all success. I really like how that one came out. Yeah, they're all Picasso, Barbara. At least so says the internet. I purposely pulled Picasso quotes from the internet. So we now have 3 little zines that, you know, I need to mail these to somebody. So, no, Joan, you haven't missed the whole thing. I'm just getting ready. You're just in time to win a little zine. So what I'd like you to do is wait till Janet says go, because Janet does our go girl. When Janet says go, please pick a number between 1 and 100. If you won last week, do me a favor. Last week. Now, the weeks before don't count, but if last week you won, let somebody else win. So when Janet says go, pick a number between 1 and 100. The closest to the 3 numbers I'm going to pull up without going over will be the winners. Closest without going over. Janet just said go. Stack shapes, you have not. And I gotta find my little number generator thing. I need 3 numbers. Not 13 numbers, just 3. Maximum 100. Where did my ink pen go? There it is. Terry, it looks like you've picked a number that that she's got a new one. Okay. And Janet said stop, so we're going to pull up. Oops. Okay. Our numbers are 99, 35, and 49. So you guys help me look to see who's got the right numbers. I see 35. Joan has got 35. So 35 is right on the money. So who has closest to 99 without going over? Joan is 35. Yay! That one was easy. Who is closest to 99 without going over? Might be Julie. Let's see here. Nope, Susan. Susan has 72. Am I right? Is it Susan? Susan is 72. Yay! And 49. Who's closest to 49? Joan Bell has 45. Okay, it should be Joan Bell, right? Joan with 45. Yay! Joan Bell. I think I have your address. Um, Joan Nigler, I have yours. Susan's, I've got yours. But Joan, do I have your address? Congratulations, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I will be getting them out just as soon as possible. I actually have to go to the post office tomorrow, so hopefully I will get them taken care of tonight and sent out tomorrow. Okay, Susan just asked a question. Has anyone not won a zine? Okay, Holly, Julie. Yay, Terry! Okay, Susan, I will send yours to Holly. Yes, Sherry, you've got one in the mail. I have to take, anytime it's an international, I have to actually take it to the post office. I can't just put it in an envelope. So anybody's that's international always takes a little longer because I don't go to the post office every day. I don't even go out of the house every day. So just be aware that it could be in the mail and you need to the mail lady brought her too. Susan, oh, you're so sweet. That's fine. Okay, as I understand, I know you understand that why it takes a little bit, Sherry. Um, that's sweet of you, Susan. Thank you. Okay, I wanted to show you guys. Let me pile that over there where it doesn't avalanche. Just so you know, um, the little book for February is coming towards the end of February, and this is the little tiny book we're making. I'm actually going to make a 2-inch one when I make the one up for the show, but I wanted to make one big enough for you guys to see it. So don't forget those things. Now I'm going to clean up my table just a little bit, and then we'll work on our scrappy, crunchy book, okay? Your mail lady's a good mail lady. It's a good thing, Susan, because my mail lady's just, it's totally useless. We're still getting mail for people that haven't been here for 4 years, 4 or 5 years. Just amazes me, but that's not the big problem. The big problem is when you put your mail on to be transferred or put it on hold, you can pretty much guarantee that they don't pay any attention to that. I just have to clean up a little bit because it's really hard to work when you have a little tiny hole. Okay, put this away. Uh-oh. Glue fell over. Put that over there. There's that. Okay. Judy. Okay. Which illustrations, Judy? For what? I'm not sure for what, not sure what you're talking about. And I'm going to have to put my window curtain down. Not curtain, but blind. There we go. The illustrations in the zine, I made them. My chat seems to, be frozen again. It would help if I put it on the other chat. Okay. Is my chat frozen, or are you guys still there? Now this is our scrappy crunchy book that that I made last year with Lisa and Lisa's. No, it's okay. All right. Judy, I'm not sure which illustrations you're talking about. So if you ask me again, then I will answer properly. This is the Scrappy Crunchy book, and I call it Crunchy because it makes fun noises. I've been working on a new one since the beginning of the month, since the beginning of January, rather. And this one I am using all security envelopes to create my pattern. Yeah, Julie, I have one of those too. I don't use it very much. Which illustrations are you talking about, Judy? I started out with these advertising postcards, and I'm going to do some more of that later. But I layered. Yes, Mary, I always work on my pages in 4. Okay? And well, or you can work on it in more, but this particular size and shape is easier to do 4. If I had, like a playing card, you could do more. Thank you, Mina. So I started with that, and the next thing I did is put down this layer of security envelopes. And I'm going to do that to those, but right now I have this one all done, okay? But on the back side, I have not painted it. What happens is by painting it with some white paint or gesso, one of the two, doesn't matter, it sends this bold background down a layer. It just takes it down, where when we then put our images on top of it, the images stand out more. So because I've been working on this sort of in layers, a little at a time, I have different stages to work on. Okay, Barbara. So what I am going to do is, I have some that is painted on both sides. And I'm going to show you how to get this apart. Okay. I have some that I had to snag these before they were really ready so that I could do some last time. So I'm going to paint the backs of these, and I'm going to paint the backs of this one this morning first. Okay, so I'll show you how I do that. It's just really simple. On the zine, I made them. They are cutouts of painty papers with drawing with a marker over it, Judy. I just cut pieces of painting paper and then drew faces. So I'm just going to get some white paint out. Thank you, Judy. They came out pretty good. I was really pleased with them. And I have a palette sort of over here. Actually, I have a piece of acetate stuff. Just a piece of plastic, basically. And I have my piece of bubble wrap. And I'm just gonna splop my, and it's really sploppy. And then I'm going to put my white sploppies. Like that word? I like that word. Judy, I think I was working on that. The live stream today is in two pieces, and I'm sorry guys that it's in two pieces, but it froze up for some reason, and so I had to restart. So I did the bulk of the faces in towards the end of the first live stream. So you'll want to check that out. Now, I didn't get enough paint out, so my sploppy is it's not going real well. I need a little more paint. The biggest thing is to not get your arm in the paint when it's over there. Okay. And I have stuff on my, it's got paint all over it. And sometimes little pieces fall off, and I don't care. Good morning, Maggie. And I have two little pieces because, like I said, I grabbed them to do some collages on. And they weren't really quite ready. So I'm going to go ahead and do their backs. And you don't want to overdo this because, and see, it's just easier when they're in a big chunk. That's why, Mary, I do it in fours. Because the bigger the chunk, the easier some of these techniques are. I'm not sure what Sherry's talking about either. Okay. But now those can be drying while I'm doing something else. Oh, white paint and gesso? Wow, Sherry. use something really light that you like the color of, say like a flesh color, or if you like yellow, some really pale something. Ooh, you did sleep in, didn't you, Maggie? Julie's been here for a little while. I don't know if you and Julie are on the same time, because you're in New Zealand and she's in Australia. So, okay. We better put something over that or I'm going to have my arm in it. Let's just lay my bubble wrap over it. There we go. Yeah, metallic like silver. That would work too, Mina. That's a really good idea. They're ahead of Australia. Okay. Okay, Holly. So now what we have is on this one we have 4. Okay. And what I did was originally these are not right together. See, they're kind of about 1/4 of an inch apart or so when I put them down. So there is a line in the middle, and you can fold them back and forth like this. Yes, I did my little journal page. Just a minute, I'll show it to you, Maggie. If I can find the silly thing. There it is. This is my journal page. This is the very middle, and I used the page right after the middle. And I did a little sewing, and I just used a few little scraps up, and then I did a little scribbles. Yeah, so your guys' times are about 2 hours different. And just so you know, Maggie, since you just got here, my live stream's in 2 parts today because somewhere along the line my camera just completely froze up. Yeah, like a yeah, flapping, flapping. Oh, thank you. You didn't see it, Susan? That's what we did first. We did that first. Now, after a while, you should be able to tear it apart just like that. I injured my finger. I have a paper cut, and you would not believe how much it's causing me to not be able to hold on to things right. But I don't want to cut these apart because I didn't want straight edges. I wanted the torn look. And these security envelopes are definitely sturdy once you... Uh-oh. See, I just boo-booed. Just tore that off of there. Not a big deal. We will fix it in just a minute. Okay. As a matter of fact, I can fix it when I do my collage. I'll just do my collage on that page and I'll fix it. Remember that we collaged papers on top of something, so when I tore it, it pulled it apart. That's what happened. Not a big deal. But you would do the same thing to this. You would bend it back and forth until you get it bent pretty good, and then tear it apart. Hi, Deborah. Maria. Hi, Maria. I think, yeah, I really like the torn edges, and I really love when I finish the book, when I finish everything, and I'm done Mod Podging, I went around these pages with my Stays-On pad. And I'll show you that another day. But um, the by inking these edges, it just really sets off the edges. To me, anyways. This is very bland, where this is full of color, but I'm really liking how they come out. Okay, she's back now. Well, Lisa, I had computer issues. My video locked up. They could hear me talk, but my picture was frozen, slap frozen. I had to shut the computer completely off. Okay, so now I need to find my little elements. I have some cut. Okay, now I can't lay this down because I put white paint on the back of it. Should have thought about that. Let's go. Yes, Susan, it does look like it's been in a fire, and I just loved how it came out. I loved the black edges. That was one of my favorite parts about finishing the book up. Thank you, Julie. Yes, Andrea, on the finished one, I think is what she's talking about. Okay, so remember we talked about the fact that by having specific elements that we add each time, it ties all the collages kind of together. So my elements are something black, a little red circle, and this a piece of edge from an old book page. So those three elements are going to be in every collage. Well, that's true. It's the drama. That's right, Mina. So I have some little red circles cut out, and I have a piece of red paper behind me. Let me see if I can show you the other one. I should have thought and painted these another time when I wasn't trying to show them to you. That's the other one. And see, that just ties them together just a little bit. So I'm going to do a couple more collages, which means I need my image bucket so that I can find some images. Andrea, I think that the archival pad would have worked. You just need something permanent. The archival pad would have worked just as nicely. The stays on is what I have and what I use, but just something permanent for the... Yeah, the red and black does kind of get very Asian. I totally agree. And I usually go through my images just like this. I'll start and I'll just kind of go through this little bucket. And this is my small images. I have a container of big images. But then when they're small, And I use more small images than I do large ones. So I kind of hunt them until I see what I really like. And I may cut out stuff and then decide I don't like it. And that's probably enough out. Hi, Miss Popo. Miss Susan Popo, is that Susan Popo? Okay. I think she just popped in. Anybody who's come in and I haven't said hello, hello. Anybody who's come in and didn't realize that we had issues earlier, I apologize. The stream's in 2 parts today, but I figure you'll figure it out. Now, my book is going to go sideways like this. Okay, so the upright top to bottom is not this long way. It is sideways like this. That's how I'm orienting my book. And that's an awful big image. Oh. I kind of like those two together. So we'll just work with those two for some reason. And these are elephants stacked on top of one another. And actually it's a lamp, but I'm cutting the lamp part off. Not that I don't like lamps, but that wasn't what drew me to that image. We're doing good today. I thought that my zine was taking a long time to do, and it actually did pretty well. I got it done in less time than I thought, which is always a good thing to make sure you get everything done if you want to do everything. Okay, come on, you need to cut just a little closer to that. Okay. Yes, Joan, the front and back are exactly the same as the pages. On my other book, on my finished one, I did not put a collage on the front. I put this little title thing, and on the back, I didn't put a collage. Yeah, Mandy, I think that zine will be fun to work on. I think you guys will enjoy it. But they're the same size, so I will use 2 of these when I get to that point. They're exactly the same size. I just didn't put the collage. I did put a collage on the inside of them, just not on the outsides. It was a fun collage to work on, Holly. It was Holly that said that. No, it was Mindy. Yeah, I'll probably do about 16. If I start to pile them up and I decide that's not enough, um, I will add some more. But so far, I think my other book is 16, and these pages feel like they're going to be about the same thickness. You know, there's a point where you don't want to get the book too thick, because if you do, it doesn't sit on the shelf nice, it doesn't fold nice, that kind of thing. So there are those points. And I don't want to get to that point. I want it to be nicely read and that kind of thing. Nice to read, fun to hold, fun to make noise. I can't wait to see yours, Mindy. I know sitting and watching me cut these out's got to be boring, but I really don't like to cut things out a lot ahead, because the little parts and pieces get bent when I start digging through that tub. Okay. Uh-oh. Now, like I said, when it's very interesting, the surface of the postcard actually came right up when that came off. But I will Mod Podge that down when I go to Mod Podge all my other pieces down. So okay, that's what it's going to look like. But now it needs some words. Oh yes, Susan, that baby, yeah, he'd like the clickety clack of it. Oh yeah, Mindy, all the crazy faces. Yep. Oh, I'm out of tea and my husband has gone off. I may have to have a break here in a minute. Okay. Oh, this is the first sentence I saw. The best ways to reduce belly fat. Oh, what? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I like this. Uh, Not the belly fat one. No more tea? Why not? Yeah, I'm like, I may have to have a little break here just in a few minutes, because, you know. Carnival mirror. Yes, Susan, that would work. Uh-huh. I don't think I can function, partially because my throat gets dry. So I maybe have to, um, I may have to go off in just a second. Now, where did, okay, it says we don't understand. I like we don't understand. For reasons we don't understand. Okay. All right, this says now, it's going to say, for reasons we don't always understand. Okay. Yeah, you're going to chat while I'm gone because I'm going to, she's not in the studio. She can't do anything. I can't tell what Lisa was going to do. I'm not sure. Let's see what Lisa was going to, what they told her to do. To go get my tea? Lisa, put Lisa on for a bit so I can get some tea. Yeah, we're not in StreamYard, so I can't do that. That's right. You guys talk. And I will, for reasons we don't always understand, I will go get tea. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Okay. I'm back. Hi, Laura. I'm working on my scrappy book, my crunchy book, the one I call crunchy. And we're going to get out some Mod Podge here. And is that going to fit up there? Yeah, I think it'll fit just fine. So, oh, I need napkin. Oh yeah, Mary, that's plenty. That's 16 pages is probably about all I'm going to use. Um, the last one has 16 pages in it. You don't want to get it too thick. Like I said, it's... shall I show her the zine before I'll show her the zine before I glue that. This is my little Picasso zine. Ooh, Joyce. It's got Picasso quotes and Picasso sayings. So I really like it. I'm not sure, but I think this may be my favorite so far. Yeah, Andrea, I kind of agree with that one. That's very true. Okay, so now we need some Mod Podge, and you guys know I use Mod Podge and glue. Terry sent me a message, and apparently I have forgotten to tell it lately, but I mix about half and half Mod Podge and Elmer's Glue All. Okay? Yours too, Joyce? Great. I do not use school glue. I use Elmer's Glue All. Elmer's Glue All is a PVA glue. So it's like using PVA. Thank you, Jersey. Laura. I don't measure. Okay? So I pour the Mod Podge in. Then I try to get it around half. I pour the glue in to sort of fill it up. Now you got to leave some room so you can shake it. And then I put a couple of tablespoons of water in it. Depends on how thick the Mod Podge is, because the Mod Podge gets thicker as the big container gets used, because you know you've taken the seal off, it sits there, and I'm going through Mod Podge quite quickly right now, but in the past it's gotten very thick, so then I would have to add a little more water. So it's just, you know, thick enough that it comes out kind of runny. Oh, except that this one's got my lid. Well, that's a good thing, Julie, is that's gonna see it just, it's liquid. See, not thick like paint, kind of like craft paint. Now we have to mend this spot that I tore, and it tore because I was being funky with it. So it's not a, you know, it's not its fault, it's my fault. And then we're gonna put down that one. Now, this particular black is not paper. It is kind of a cardstock. And so you want to I'm making sure that I get it very well stuck. Uh-oh. And it's liquidy enough that it will let your images move around. So you kind of want to make sure you get them stuck down. Deborah, my studio's kind of always like that. I can't seem to get it cleaned up. I've been trying. It just doesn't seem to happen. I do not know why I cannot clean up my studio. Need a little more Mod Podge. Is that crooked? Yes, it is very crooked. Well, it's going to be crooked, so we'll put this on just a little crooked the other way. Just because I don't really want to try to make it straight and then mess it up. No, I really don't like that. I really, really don't like that. It went down crooked a second time. Can you imagine that? I don't know what the deal is. Of course, it decided to really stick today. It's on there. I'm gonna have to leave it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it messy. And I'm gonna have to make it messier. That makes me upset. I don't like that. Oh yeah. Well, for reasons we don't understand, it is crooked today. Do not ask me why. I don't know. Hi, Lucia. I'll settle for a crooked. I'm not happy, but I'll settle for a crooked. So that is one page. 2, Came out pretty cool. I like it. I'm going to tell Jeff he was sorely missed today, though, because I had to go and get my own tea. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I'm going to do another one. That's damp. Okay. Let's see if we can, I like this little gecko. Gecko. He's a gecko. He's not a gecko. He's a gecko. But this bird might have to think about eating him. There we go. For reasons we don't understand, the bird's going to eat him. Oh, you don't know. Susan, he's gone. The horror of waiting on oneself. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Audra. You know, usually the thing of it is that usually by this time in the afternoon, he has finished doing whatever he wanted to do today. You know, he's usually in the house, on his computer, or, you know, or in doing something. This is the time of day he comes in, and sometimes he checks his eyelids for holes. And so he's, you know, usually around, and he knows I'm on a live stream, so he'll just, a lot of times he comes to the door and checks. But he is kind of gone off today, so. Yep, that's true, Susan. Yep. Uh-huh. Now, you guys don't, okay. Yesterday, I did all of my business papers for my taxes, right? It's like this major end of beginning of the year job because I always leave it till the beginning of the year. Usually it's a 3-day affair. I finished yesterday in 1 day. But while I was doing it, Jeff cleaned the house because we were having company. So he cleaned the whole house. He had cleaned last week, but he cleaned again. Yeah, you all that didn't know, I have a tax injury. See, I cut my finger with a piece of paper. I'm going to blame it on the taxes. Yes, the eyelid check is very, very important. Yes, Andrew, he checks his eyelids for holes. Okay, think about it. What are you doing? Where are your eyelids if you're checking them for holes? That's what he always says when he gets caught napping. He's checking his eyelids for holes. Yeah, that's right, Laura. I have to blame the IRS on my for my injury. I have an injury. Translates to a nap. Yeah, Susan, I need to write off. That would be good. I would like that. I would like that a lot. Okay. I don't like him over there all in his little lonesome. He needs something. Okay. That will work. Oh, yep. I think I like it. Well, I gave him a giant cherry to go after, right, Susan? Isn't that look like a giant cherry? I'm checking my brain. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What? Got to run in your stockings, and whose fault was it? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, Barbara has food. She can think. I had to go get tea, Barbara. You missed it. I had to go get my own tea because Jeff's gone off. Okay, I need another saying. Do we have anything on here that... Okay. Good news. If you do lose weight, belly fat may come off faster. Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen. Uh, Sometimes you really have to look at the page to find something that speaks to you. Sometimes I have to cut them up to find things that... And of course, this is a Reader's Digest, so you never know what kind of thing is going to be in there. Oh, Joyce, that would have been terrible. Barbara, yeah, that says something too. Jeff did the year after, but then the next year he kind of gained it back. But then we were kind of we had a very stressful year the second year because that was right after our accident and everything was crazy. Oh, imagine possibilities. Imagine, okay. I'll just need to find a the, which there's one right in the line below it. We have already imagined that that the lizard will escape the terrible, terrible eagle. Oops, I cut it. Oh well. And imagine the possibilities. Ta-da! Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Walk to work uphill both ways. Yep. Andrea, we don't have a mirror, not a full length mirror. There's a one in the bathroom, but it's that little thing above the sink. No, I don't think our schools had air conditioning, Joyce, but boy, I can't imagine kids going here without it. Wow. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with this one. So we need our little brush. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but oh, what a mess. That was not good. Give me just a second, guys. I went to show you this and made a mess. I just keep my paintbrush in water. It's not I should say my Mod Podge brush, because that's about all I use that for, is Mod Podge. I have another container that I put paint. Yeah, that, can you imagine? No, I didn't. I keep my Mod Podge on one side and my tea on the other side. But I sloshed the Mod Podge water is what I did. And then I just squash off the water before I start using my brush. That could be pretty bad. Yep, don't be doing that. I don't want it crooked. I already had crooked today. Gotta see. Well, when I was first in school, I did not have to walk to school because we had a bus and we lived way out in the country. But when we moved down to Detroit, or a suburb of Detroit, I should say, because we did not live in Detroit, um, the school was one lot away. Our house sat here. There was a house back there, and then the school. My mother could watch my sister go down the hall. That's because the hall was along the side of the building. She could see my sister on the way home because my sister had a tendency to dance down the hall, and my mom could watch her. That's how close the school was. He needs a little more. Now, the more layers of Mod Podge you put on this, the more crunchy it gets. But I have put down my paper, I have done everything, and then when I put my what do you call this thing? My collage on it, it ends up plenty crunchy, because remember, I'm going to put another collage on the back side. So Laura, the base of these is actually some old advertising postcards, but the first one was Lipton onion soup boxes. Just a minute and I'll show it to you. And I'll show you exactly what I'm using for this one. Let me put this up, but that's the second one. Let me get this cleaned up because I don't want to get stuff on it. So now I had 4 of the postcards that I was going to work on. So I'll put them back over here. So this one is yep, she danced down the hall. Oh, danced down the hall? Oh, heavens. Yeah, my sister was always dancing. That's just the way she was. This one was Lipton onion soup boxes, or Lipton soup boxes. They weren't all onion, but see how it's square? And its papers were magazine images, scrapbook paper. That's a little bit of painty envelope right there. That's another magazine image, more scrapbook paper. So the base on it was all just out of my scrap bin. This one I'm using these advertising postcards. They're bead show postcards, and they're nice cardstock. I sanded them a little bit first. Thank you, Deborah. I sanded them a little bit. I have taped them together with washi tape because I want them to be about 1/4 of an inch apart. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my piles of security envelopes. See, I have these piles of security envelopes, and I am going to Mod Podge security envelope all over this. thank you, Laura. We did the first one a year ago Lisa and I did it in a craft together. That, you know how we do a book every month? Well, that was the first one we did. And I've been wanting to make one with the security envelopes ever since. So I decided that that was what was going to happen. So I am, let's put that right there. I always have little piles of fascinating things. You mean like security envelopes? I've always been very messy. That I will tell you. That is not anything new. And my mother kind of is a messy person too, so I have one sister, the one who sends me things, the one who feeds my bad habits. She is very neat. She gets rid of stuff. She does not hold on to stuff. I have a bad habit of holding on to things until I need them. And then I get rid of them, 3 days before I need them. That's what happens. Oh, Julie, speaking of that, we had 2 actual bluebirds in the yard this morning. Jeff's been trying to attract them. But he hadn't seen them. He had seen them around, but he hadn't seen them in the yard or at the feeders or anything like that. So he was real happy when they were down close to the feeder today. And it's always good when he's happy. And I also make this go out past the edges because I'll tear it off a little bit later. It's better to have it a little big than to not have it covered up. A wattle bird. Jeff will have to look into that. We realized that I did not realize there are more than one type of cardinal. Now, we had a yellow cardinal about a year ago, a little over a year ago. We actually had a yellow cardinal. Well, but that was a yellow northern cardinal. We didn't realize that there's actually a yellow cardinal from some place in South America. It's a different kind of cardinal that is yellow all of the time. Ours was a rare one. Eastern bluebirds are mean. I wouldn't doubt that, Joyce. Hi, Sandra. Nice to have you here. Yes, that's it. They eat bugs. And they're usually open open field feeders. They usually don't feed real close. All of that is the same kind of paper. I gotta find a different envelope. That one's kind of the same. That one, here's another one. I don't know, Laura. It croaked. I wouldn't doubt it, Joyce. There are a lot of birds. Do you know that hummingbirds are very mean? Oh, those little guys are just wicked mean. Our friend that got Jeffrey the bluebird feeder and stuff for his birthday, they have hummingbirds every year, and those little things are just ornery and nasty things. They're just very, very mean. And you notice I kind of work all over on this thing. I'm just trying to lay down a background, a pattern, and to me it just seems like that's the way it ends up working. I kind of work across the middle because once I've worked across the middle, the cuts, then it lays in place a little better. And after that, I just start laying pieces in. It's not a very big bird, Julie, but they eat bugs. They're not seed eaters. They eat bugs. And okay. Oh, this is a different pattern. Yes, it's the eastern bluebird. Laura, I can agree with that one. Starlings, they just... Jeffrey will go and take the feeders down when the starlings come in because they just demolish the whole everything that's in the feeder. It's gone. It just gets demolished by them. Yeah, not a blue jay. A blue jay is a totally different bird than what I'm talking about. Yep. And of course here lately we've been having to take the feeders down because of the weather we've been having. We've been having enough wind that he didn't want the feeders to blow down. And I'm not worrying if this is seeping underneath. because I just will end up moving it to the plastic that's down on, I don't have plastic, but it's, I have freezer paper on the floor, so it's half plastic, half paper, and I'll just put it on the plastic down there and it won't stick, so it will be just fine for. And then when I do the other side, the same is true on the other side. Andrea, yes, there's all kinds of strangeness, and the birds themselves will fight amongst the same kind. Okay, let's go for this one. No, I don't know. That one's kind of the same. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, that's a different one. This is a very different one. Yeah. And South Dakota has pheasants, and pheasants are not natural to South Dakota, but without pheasants, South Dakota would be, that's, they hunt them, so it's a big part of their income, but they're not natural species to South Dakota, so. Yes, Julie, and the bluebirds we're talking about are open field feeders. They feed on bugs. Open field eaters, I guess I should say. They like to have their nesting places sort of like on a fence post or something like that. Okay, now I'm going to go back for this one. I'm gonna put this right here. I have two tiny spots right there, but that'll work itself out. And I got a hole right there. I got a whole bunch of this dry the other day and realized I had missed one little spot on one of them. It was so funny because I hadn't seen it until I got it all finished. We have red cardinals are pretty much all over North America, I think. I'm not going to tell you that for sure. Um, the yellow one we had is a very rare thing to have happen, and Jeffrey, of course, has been studying about it, that kind of thing, because it was unusual. Um, oh, there's a little more of that. It's a genetic thing. They haven't figured out exactly why there are some northern red cardinals that are yellow, but they think it's genetic, and there's a whole series of animals that are normally red that end up being yellow. And there's some genetic thing about it that it happens. But they also think it might be something to do with some of what they eat. So, but our little guy was around for about 5 months, and then he just disappeared one day. And we haven't seen him since. So, and the other thing is we learned that cardinals do not migrate. We did not realize that they don't travel. They are born, bred, and die all within about 5 miles of wherever they're at. There are no red cardinals west. Oh, I did not realize that. I didn't realize that because we had them in South Dakota. Okay, that would be a good piece to have. We have a couple of woodpeckers. Now, as a matter of fact, our friends, we lost he had a pileated woodpecker, and we've had one here at the house. They're a little different. And then we have a red-headed woodpecker. The pileated guy we haven't seen in a while. So we don't know whether or not he's doing all right or if he's gone, you know. Oh, there's... All right, that edge right there's what I got left. Not California. Andrea. Okay. When we lived in South Dakota, we had a woodpecker that he almost destroyed the bloody house. I don't know if we had more than one or just the one, but woodpeckers are an endangered species, so you cannot do anything about them. And this bloody thing decided that he was going to chew on the house, and he ate holes in the fascia board all along the front of the house, and big holes, big giant holes, because there probably was bugs in the wood. Anyways, Jeff had, we're trying to figure out what to do about it and all this stuff. So Jeff had talked to several people, and they said there is nothing you can do. And we're like, we got to do something because this bird is going to destroy our house. So it ended up, Jeffrey hung red Coke cans, aluminum Coke cans. First off, they make noise. Secondly, they were red, and hung them all along the front of our house. It looked like our house was decorated with Coke cans hanging there so you could bust them. Mary, you mean of the yellow cardinal? I did post in group a long time ago, or on my, I think I posted in the group a picture. Yes, like a cartoon birdie, Sandra. It had poked big holes. Jeffrey had filled them in with he put steel wool in all the holes to try to keep them from getting in there, and all kinds of things that he had tried. He finally hung these Coke cans where they would bang together in the wind, and that's when it finally stopped. But we had to hang them on the barn and on the house and everywhere. Okay, so once you get this on here, because I want to go on to the next thing, I'm going to pick it up, and I have to kind of do it gentle, and I just kind of go underneath the edge. And it's sticky and it's stuck down. It's kind of messy. Lisa probably didn't make as big a mess as I'm making. I always make a mess. And then I pick it up like that, and I take it elsewhere, and I'm going to lay it on the paper I've got laid out on the floor. Okay, Susan. Holly came back. Yay. I missed something about raw dough. It's like picking up something you're baking. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Holly, I don't get that much company in a month. Mom was here Friday night because we had gone to her embroidery group meeting in Crestview, which is about an hour away, maybe not that far. And it was getting late, and I knew Jeff needed to eat, and I had to do something about getting Mom some food. So I called Jeff and I said, call in and run get a pizza, and we'll meet you at the house. And he was gone to get it when we got here, so that worked perfect. And then afterwards, we took Mom home. Okay, so that is really sticky today. Really sticky. So we're going to do a little Windexy on there. Ugh. That really got sticky this time. I must have been making a mess. Must have been, maybe I was slow. That might have been it. If I was slow, it really got sticky, and I'm going to have to let it get dry. That's nasty. You usually don't either? We had company last night, but that was, planned. we have friends, Jeffrey's brother by another mother, if I guess you could call him that. Um, they they don't live too far away from here, and we play dominoes um, with them probably once a month or so. I mean, okay, you had to train them, did you? Training my family would be, that would take a lifetime, and I don't have another one. So now I'm just making this little pile to set aside for the next time. I'm just cleaning up. I'm cleaning. Oh, I'm cleaning. Don't not do. Did I say that? Okay. Aren't these pretty? They come off my pages. Which, is Lisa still here? I've lost my, oh, there it is. Lisa's going to work on her lap book tomorrow night. I have done my inside cover of my lap book. I just have not gotten the video finished. This last week was just one of those weeks where nothing got accomplished the way you want. So I haven't done my video for Lisa's lap book series yet, but I will be doing it soon. She left to fix food. Thank you, Joan. Lisa and I on Tuesday at noon Central, Lisa's channel, we will be finishing our January books. Tuesday, the following Tuesday on Lisa's channel, we will be finishing our December book, the Fa La 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 12 Bits Journal. The third Tuesday from now, which is the last Tuesday in February, we will be making a little tiny book, and there's no sewing in it. It is really cute as how it goes together, and I may make one that's even tinier than this. This one is 3 inches. I may make a 2-inch one. I think it would be fun to do, so I'm probably going to try it. Janet's posting all those dates and times. This tiny book will be on my channel. And then the first Tuesday in March, which we haven't picked the project yet, but we will be doing another book, another project book. We will do it, start on my channel on March, I think it's the 3rd. But then what's going to happen is that we are not going to finish that project until I get to Lisa's. And Lisa and I are going to stream together at her house when I get there. Now, I can't tell you the date because I don't know what date it will be yet. Because our trip, while we know when we're leaving, we don't know when we'll be certain places. Mina, this is just, The cover is cardstock and whatever you want to cover with. I used some wallpaper. It was not easy to use the wallpaper on such a tiny project, but it's just cardstock and like copy paper. I'm going to use painty paper for the next one, and there is a video that tells you all the supplies you'll need on my channel. Janet may have posted it too. But I put a video up to show you all the things you need. And tomorrow night at 7 p.m., that's what I messed that one up, didn't I, Janet? I started to tell you, Lisa will be working on her lap book. She starts her live stream at 7 o'clock. She is waiting until 7:30, I think, or 7:15, so that everybody has a chance to get in to start on the lap book. And she is actually going to put some kind of piece, excuse me, I'm sorry guys, piece into her lap book tonight, or tomorrow night. Okay? But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to use painty paper on the next one. It is nothing special. This happened to be paper that was long. It was not a big deal, but we're going to show you how to put smaller copy weight papers together. It can be copy paper. Yeah, I've been on here 4 hours. This stream's only 2.5 hours long, but I've been on since noon, so. Yeah, that was a little yawn. At least you didn't see it. That's why I needed tea. Yeah, Jersey, Laura, there is some measuring involved. You do have to measure. Just a minute, and I'll look up what I called the video. How do you open? Give me a second here. Oh, that's the wrong place. The video is called February Craft Together Information. Can you see that, guys? It's February Craft Together Information, and it shows this little book on the little thumbnail. And it's for our craft together later in the month. Yes, you do have to measure. Yeah. Janet just posted a link. Okay. Andrea. Okay. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go. I am getting tired. My throat's getting tired. I probably need to think about something to feed Jeff when he gets home. And Joyce has a woodpecker that's cleaning her gutter. I thought that's what ours was doing when he ate the house, Joyce. Anyways, guys, I was gonna sign off with a fun picture instead of that. I really like how today's page came out too. I'm loving this little journal, guys. Honestly, I'm patting myself on the back because this little journal has been so much fun for myself. I think the rest of you are having fun with it, but I really like it. I like the fact that it's tiny. And I like the crunchy book too. Of course, I liked the crunchy book a year ago, so. But this little tiny journal has been fun to work in. So. And Holly says it's fun for her too. So, okay, guys, I'm going to go. I'll see you all tomorrow night at Lisa's. I will be working in the background, so I won't be chatting a lot, but I'll chat a little bit. So, good night, everybody. Have a nice evening.